A spiritual voyage of Commissioner T.G.SUNDARAM GARU, a God's faithful servant. Commissioner T.G.SUNDARAM GARU, born on 1st October 1934 in Dendaluru, Eluru district, Andhra Pradesh, he was the only son of blessed couple Tota Yesudas and Aparanjamma. From an young age, he was surrounded by a God-fearing environment that laid the foundations for a life of faith and service. He began his schooling at the Salvation Army Primary School in Dendaluru, where he first encountered the principles and values that would guide his life. He later continued his high school education at the Salvation Army Boarding School in Bapatla, where his character and calling began to take shape. At 11 years old, during a decision Sunday at the boarding school in Bapatla, he gave his heart to Jesus Christ. That divine encounter marked the beginning of a life journey of spiritual devotion. In 1955, he married Commissioner Susila Garu, the second daughter of the blessed couple Major Rajaratnam and Manikyamma. From the very beginning, the marriage was grounded in faith, mutual respect, and a shared calling. Commissioner Susila Garu stood beside him with the unwavering support, strength, and grace, playing a key role in his ministry journey, while she held her own positions of leadership and responsibility within the Salvation Army. Her steadfast partnership was integral to their united mission. Before entering full-time ministry, both Sundaram Garu and Susila Garu served as school teachers, a season in which they deeply influenced young minds with love and integrity. During a time of prayer and scripture reading, a divine conviction took root in Sundaram Garu's heart. The Lord impressed upon his heart that his purpose was not to be confined within classroom walls, but to go forth with the gospel in hand, serving communities far and wide with compassion and conviction. In faithful obedience, both resigned their teaching positions, dedicating their lives fully to the Lord's service. The decision marked the beginning of a lifelong mission of evangelism, discipleship, and selfless service through the Salvation Army. A lifetime of ministry. From 1962 to 1963, commissioned in Heroes of Faith session as cadets. 1963 to 1968, served as corps officer and teacher at Betapudi and Gudipudi, Bapatla division, holding the ranks of lieutenant and captain. 1968 to 1969, appointed as divisional youth secretary for the Eluru division with the rank of captain. 1969 to 1972, worked as assistant principal at Training College, Nellore with the rank of captain. 1972 to 1978, served as territorial youth secretary in Chennai with rank of captain. 1978 to 1983, appointed as principal at the Training College, Nellore with the rank of captain. 1983 to 1987, worked as divisional commander for Nellore and Gudivada with the rank of major. 1987 to 1992, served as field secretary in Chennai, holding the rank of lieutenant colonel. 1992 to 1993, appointed as chief secretary for the India Central Territory with the rank of lieutenant colonel. 1993, served as chief secretary for the India Southeastern Territory with the rank of lieutenant colonel. 1993 to 1996, worked as territorial commander for the India Southeastern Territory with the rank of colonel. 1996 to 2001, appointed as territorial commander for the India Western Territory, promoted to the rank of commissioner. They were honored to welcome General Paul Rader and General John Gowans during the visit to India. They also had the opportunity to serve globally in places like Sri Lanka as Vice Principal for SACO, Manila, Philippines, Hong Kong, Switzerland, Australia, Sweden, Singapore, Africa, America, and London, and also attended High Council for 2 times in 1994 and in 1999, taking the message of Christ to the nations and inspiring many through their faith and example. On 1st February 2001, Commissioner T.G.SUNDARAM GARU and Susila GARU retired in Mumbai, leaving behind a spiritual legacy. They were known for their unwavering discipline, deep faith, and humble spirit, combined with a heartfelt passion for mission, wisdom in leadership, and a profound love for both family and community. Their legacy continues to resonate in the lives of those they mentored, ministered to, and served with steadfast dedication. After retirement, they lived a simple, graceful life among family members, joyfully spreading their love, knowledge, and godly wisdom. Commissioner Sundaram Garu especially loved teaching his children and grandchildren, sharing stories of faith, life, and scripture. He was deeply respected by his family not only for his leadership and discipline but for the way he cared for them, loved them deeply, and lived out the very gospel he preached. His gentle guidance, thoughtful prayers, and nurturing spirit left an imprint on every generation of his family. Generation of Blessing, the legacy of commissioners. Commissioner T.G.SUNDARAM GARU and Susila GARU have been abundantly blessed with a beautiful and God-fearing family, rooted in love, faith, and service. Their children are Dayasila and his wife Krupamani, the late Raja Sudhir, Rakshana Anand Kumar and his wife Prasuna, Grace and her husband Manohar, Mercy, Joseph and his wife Sujini. The grandchildren include Santi Sunila and her husband Manoj, Anuraga Divana and her husband Dinakar, Krupa Nidarshan, Glory Sudeepa, and Jenny Saucelia. The great-grandchildren are Afia Cheryl, Joan, Abiel Cephas, and Abigail, who continue to carry forward the heritage. The Commissioner T.G.SUNDARAM family stands as a testament to God's faithfulness across generations, reflecting His grace and blessing. May their legacy continue to flourish in love, unity, and steadfast devotion to the Lord's work. Commissioner T.G.SUNDARAM's promotion to glory. Commissioner T.G.SUNDARAM GARU was promoted to glory on 15 July 2025. He was surrounded by his loved ones and lifted in a covering of prayer as he peacefully entered the presence of the Lord, a fitting conclusion to a life wholly surrendered to God's divine purpose. His life was a shining testimony of unwavering discipline, honesty, integrity, deep faith, and spirit-led leadership. A passionate servant of the gospel and a steadfast shepherd of God's people, Commissioner Sundaram's legacy lives on through his family, his ministry, and the countless lives he touched across the world. On 16 July 2025, his funeral was conducted with full Salvation Army honors. Commissioner Daniel Raju Dasari, the Territorial Commander for India Central Territory, led the service with deep reverence and prayers, offering word of comfort and hope to all gathered along with other officers, comrades, and the Salvation Army brass band gathered to give him a hero's farewell. The atmosphere was filled with sorrow and reverence as the procession moved towards the grave, each step marked by heavy heart and deep respect. People came in large numbers, some from far distance, driven by love and admiration to catch one final glimpse of a servant who lived faithfully for the Lord. A heartfelt memorial service was held on 19 July 2025, where once again an overwhelming crowd gathered, driven by love, respect, and gratitude for Commissioner T.G.SUNDARAM GARU. Many came forward to share personal tributes, each one echoing the profound impact on his life and ministry. Their words painted a living portrait of a man wholly devoted to God and to the mission of the Salvation Army. Voices from across the world also joined in tribute with video messages pouring from international leaders, family, and friends. These heartfelt expressions bore witness to the global influence of his godly character, unwavering faith, and servant leadership. The memorial became Not just a time of remembrance, but a celebration of life lived for Christ and His kingdom. May the life and legacy of Commissioner T.G. Sundaram Garu inspire many generations to walk in humility, serve with love, and live in faithful obedience to the God's calling. Blessed are the dead who die in the Lord from now. They will rest from their labor, for their deeds will follow them. Revelations 14:13. With love and gratitude, Commissioner T. Susila and family.